To also call on the IGP. In fact, we met him about 2 weeks ago. We met the IGP and told him our position. Now that these people are coming out, in fact, he must initiate process of arresting them.
You want the IGP to arrest?
Yes, arrest the MPP leadership who came for the collation.
Why? Why is demands to get a closure to this Ablekuma North debacle? Dr. Rashid Tanko Computer is the Deputy Director of IT and Elections for the NDC. He is also acting CEO for the Ghana Investment Fund for Electronic Communications. Dr. Rashid Tanko, good evening. Thank you for joining us.
Good evening, Alfred. Let me say good evening to you and your cherished viewers across Ghana, especially people from Bimbilla and Wulensi constituencies.
Great.
I wish them well.
Right. You saw your colleagues on the other side march to the IGP making demands, immediate protection for the Electoral Commission to collate and declare the results in Ablekuma North so that chapter will be closed. They would have representation in Parliament. Is that a demand that you support?
Alfred, they should be dismissed with the contempt they deserve.
Why?
These people, they should be dismissed completely.
Why is that?
Are we in a lawless state? What they are asking for is complete lawlessness.
Why is that?
And that one, we are not going to accede today. Alfred, you don't just go to IGP asking that the IGP should come and provide security for you to perpetuate an illegality on the good people of Ablekuma North. That's what they are trying to do. Alfred, Ablekuma North, we have a standstill. And the standstill is emanated from the 62 polling stations, which the Electoral Commission, which is supposed to have the original pink sheets from these 62 polling stations, indicated to the whole world that they don't have the pink sheets. They lost them. So since they lost them, they were now going to rely on our carbon copies because they gave us carbon copies at the polling stations. We also indicated we were very truthful. The NDC, we are very, very truthful in this matter. At the IPAC meeting, which I represented a party with my colleague, Mahdi, we all agreed that, look, we don't have it because of the vandalism that occurred during the collation in the night. So we also lost ours. The MPP also indicated to us, they also lost theirs, but they have scam copies. Where from scam copies? Where did they get the scam copies? And Electoral Commission now want to use the scam copies of MPP to declare the results. Who will accept this? Who will accept this kind of thing? And interestingly enough, Alfred, in fact, I want to use your platform to also call on the IGP. In fact, we met him about 2 weeks ago. We met the IGP and told him our position. Now that these people are coming out, in fact, he must initiate process of arresting them.
You want the IGP to arrest?
Yes, arrest the MPP leadership who came for the collation.
Why? Why is that? What have they done?
Alfred, to go and manufacture your own pink sheet, concoct figures on it, and forcing it on an Electoral Commission to use it to declare you as a winner, it's a criminal act. And that's what they did. Because the presiding officers of Electoral Commission came, looked at them, and said, no, these are not our pink sheets. I didn't sign it. This is not my signature. Some said these figures are not correct because at my polling station, I didn't have rejected ballots. But the pink sheet you are showing to me has a portion of a rejected ballot. That means it's a fake one. And I was expecting the IGP and his group to arrest them. All the MPP guys who came there, their agents and then the leadership there, arrest them for falsifying official document of state. So, and today they have the audacity to go and tell IGP to come and continue agree to this nonsense.
So in the end, the fundamental concern here is that for the people of Ablekuma North who are watching us right now, they don't have representation in this 9th Parliament. And I'm sure that for you as a party, you're concerned as well. So what's your proposal to close that chapter and have a candidate declared as a winner for that constituency and eventually represented in Parliament?
It's simple and straight. Let us go and do a rerun for the 62 polling stations. So long as we don't have the pink sheets, the original pink sheets, and the data for the 62 polling stations, the best option is to go and do a rerun. Is it the first time we are doing a rerun of polling stations? We did one at Akwatia under Afarajan. We went and did election for just less than 6 polling stations in Akwatia. We did even by-elections. We have been going for by-elections. So what has stopped the Electoral Commission to let us go for the 62 polling stations? Why is the NPP running away from this rerun for the 62 polling stations? Because they know that they had concocted fake pink sheets. And the Electoral Commission, who are collaborating with them, wants to declare them winners using this fixing.
So you want the 62 polling stations? We want 62 polling stations rerun.
Yes, that is our position. In fact, we told the IGP,
okay.
We told the government. In fact, as a political party, we have mentioned it to the government, and we have also mentioned it to the Electoral Commission as well as the Peace Council. That look, this is our position. We are very truthful. We don't want to bring any fake thing, or we don't want to concoct any figures and come and force it on you. The truth of the matter is that the pink sheets we all got missing on the day, which the Electoral Commission also agreed they don't have. Now they want to use MPP scan copies. They are masters of faking a document, and they have done that.
So is there any timeline to this demand that you made of the IGP?
Oh, it's straightforward. I mean, Alfred, the timeline is very straight. We did it several. We even wrote officially to them. We have written to the Electoral Commission officially indicating our position and told them point blank that, look, we are not going to accept any scan copies from any quarters whatsoever, because your own presiding officers have vindicated our position that, look, the NPP are up to something. They went and concocted these things and brought them.
We'll see how the commentators will look like on this. And Dr. Rashid Tanko Computer, appreciate your time. The Energy Debt Recovery Levy, Road Fund Levy, Energy Fund Levy, we're paying. All of this, all these levies, taxes, margins are on a liter of petrol that we buy at the pumps. Mostly in West. Now we're going to see this cross the West line to a city and over. Price Stabilization and Recovery Levy. This Price Stabilization and Recovery Levy was supposed to have been off our books a very long time ago. The sunset clause on this Price Stabilization and Recovery Levy was supposed to have been just 5 years. For the ESLA as well, the Energy Sector Debt, the Recovery Levy, was supposed to be 5 years. Introduced in 2016, January. All things being equal, by 2021, ESLA was supposed to have been off our books. But ESLA, almost 10 years on, we are still paying ESLA when you go and buy fuel at the pumps. Not just this 6, there are more. There's special petroleum tax. There are advocates by CSOs that this SPT should have been off our books a long time ago. We are still paying for the special petroleum tax. The primary distribution margin is there, bust margin as well, fuel market margin, marketers margin, dealers, the retailers and operators, they also have a margin in there. So you're looking at all of these taxes and levies and margins already on the price build-up of how much we are paying when we buy a liter of petrol and diesel, and you're thinking about how this is going to compound the impact of this on the cost of living. If you calculate this 1 cedi on a liter, yes, you know, sometimes it sounds small, but if you escalate and expand the tentacles of this scope, you would see that if you're buying a gallon of petrol, you're going to have to pay 4 cedis on a gallon. Think about that. That's where the concern is as well. So the Minister of Finance, Dr. Kasila Tofosin, says, well, this is a bitter pill, but then again, it is meant to address the growing shortfalls in the energy sector and also reduce the legacy debt owed to independent power producers, state-owned enterprises, and fuel suppliers. So, and also stabilize power supply across the country, and also to support the economic growth and protect households. Yes, very legitimate needs and the reasoning behind this. But then again, we want to understand how much are we owing these IPPs, state-owned enterprises and fuel suppliers. So we went into the 2024 budget, and this is what we found out, how much we've been paying independent power producers. And based on the details of that budget, we're going to put out on the screen right now. The IPPs, at the end of 2024, according to the dictates of the budget, we paid almost $400 million. And this is the breakdown. Amandi Energy paid some almost $73 million. SenPower, you see the amount there, over $140 million. AXA, Senate, Car Power, and we're still owing Car Power. Just so you know, we have just gotten into an agreement with them as to how we're going to clear that debt. And as sudden as ugly, we owe them. So all these IPPs, government owes, and they've had to now engage to, as it were, get into some payment plan. Over $1.7 billion, we're told that we owe these IPPs. Then you look at the energy sector.